Hello, welcome back to Wingspan by the Numbers. Today, I'd like to go over some data that I've collected over 137 games, statistics on individual birds, statistics on my play, and try to use the data to try to make some conclusions, question some conclusions, and try to change the way I evaluate the game. So we'll start right off by looking at my play. Um, just looking for this on the screen here. So I have a win-loss dashboard here, as you can see. Um, when I play online opponents, I'm pretty bad. 370 win percentage, last 10 games, 3-7, 6-14 the last 20 games. So I'm definitely still learning. So keep that in mind when you look at all of the stats I'm about to show for the birds coming up. So this is where things I think get kind of interesting. We have 137 games here. I input everything here, including plays, wins, total points, and then average score, the win percentage, and the difference between my average score and what the bird typically scores me. And everything is put together here. So I want to take a second and take a look at this list. And I don't want to take too long. You could go over data like this forever. I want to first look at my most surprising bird. I mean, we have some birds here that are just amazing. North Island brown kiwi. I win 78% of the time and score 116 points. Again, my average is 107. It scores me 8.95 points more than average. We all know that's a great card. We all know Great Indian Bustard is a great card. Again, I win 61% of the time when I play him and score 11 points more. I'm looking for a surprising bird. What surprised me, and I have it highlighted here, Red-tailed hawk. By the way, I've used 10 games as my minimum to try to even evaluate these. So obviously, a majority of birds, as you can see here, have not been played 10 times. I try to use 10 as the threshold. In Red-tailed hawk, I've played 10 times. I score 6.8 points higher than normal and have an 800 win percentage. I know 10 games isn't a lot, and it could be just sample size error, but there's got to be something to be gleaned from that, and I'm going to get into that at the end of the video as to what I think about stuff like that. Now we're looking at underperformers, since Red-tailed hawk is my best overperformer. Underperformers, I scroll down a little bit here and I see Kakapo. I think Kakapo is regarded as one of the best birds in the game, and he very well might be, and I'm just terrible at playing him. But these numbers are horrific. I score only 100 points, and I won one game, 1 out of 10. My winning percentage is 100. Those numbers are just atrocious, and I'm sure they'll improve because Kakapo is supposed to be a great bird. I'm wondering if the randomness of him, because the game's over by the time you get to choose your bonus cards, and you could just draw bad ones, and there's nothing you can do about it. You have no control over it. So maybe that has to do with it. I don't know, but that is my biggest underperformer. And before we move on to the next section here, just quickly looking at some, we have a solid bird here. Again, you remember my winning percentage online, and actually my winning percentage overall, and this includes against not online, against my family and stuff like that, is higher. Online is a bloodbath. As you can see, it's 455. So if you look at these birds at 455 is my average. You have Sprague's Pipit, a bonus bird, comes in, scores me right around average, and wins right about average. I mean, there's nothing really. The ones I've pointed out here are the ones that are really kind of interesting. And so I want to move into the stat outliers. And the stat outliers for me are the birds that score me more points than average, sometimes by a significant amount, but yet still don't win the game. And this is where I'm looking for feedback from the audience. What's going on here? These birds equal more points, but they don't equal wins. And my biggest ones that I've identified is, let's see if we can find them here. Right there, white-throated kingfisher. Okay, I score 113.55 points a game. Now I understand that 113 is not enough to win online. The players online are outstanding, and you pretty much have to score 120 to stand a chance to beat them. I've only won. My winning percentage is 182, and right below him you have Gala. Again, I score 4.29 points higher than average, but I've only won 27.3% of the time. So I'm trying to figure out what's going on there. I'm hoping the audience can help me figure out what's going on there, but I kind of wanted to just highlight those really quickly. Now, obviously, just looking at these birds doesn't tell you the whole story. I'm trying to figure out, am I evaluating cards correctly? And that's where I created this function analysis card. I took every bird and I categorized it by the primary function, the reason that you're playing it. For example, the Australian ibis, you're playing it to tuck or draw. Australian magpie, you're playing to play an extra bird, and so forth. And when I break this down, and I have everything, the number of plays. Again, I'm using like 90 plays as my minimum to really look into these numbers. As you can see here, as highlighted, cash birds overperform like crazy. I have a higher win percentage, and I score 3.35 points higher. This has changed the way I think it should change the way I evaluate birds. And it leads me to believe you need to evaluate points higher than resources. And it kind of sounds elementary, but at the end of the game, resources are not what wins you the game. They're not tracking resources, they're tracking points. Cash birds just straight up say, here's a point. There's no thinking, there's no having to draw a different bird, there's nothing. Here's a point. And I'm wondering if that is what is leading to this performance. Because if you would have asked me before I started tracking this, I would say food birds are huge. And look at this, 275 plays, the win percentage is there. And I mean, and they score below average, 104 points. 104 points. That's 3 points lower than my average. I think that's actually pretty significant over a 275 game sample. I would say tuck draws are good, and the numbers play out here. Obviously, we have 96 plays, higher win percentage, and it scores me more points. So that is giving you a point and helping you see a card. But the point that I'm trying to make here is it's points. Things have to score you points. Birds have to score you points. And if they get you resources and you can't turn them into points, they mean absolutely nothing. So that's kind of been what I've gleaned from this data after 137 games. So I want to know what you guys think. Is this just not enough games to even draw any conclusions? I don't know. But these are only 137 games, so nothing is definitive. But it's enough data to challenge some assumptions I had about the game. So let me know which bird statistics from your own games have surprised you, and please feel free to message me and comment on where I'm right, where I'm wrong, and if I'm starting to evaluate the game better or worse. So thanks for watching this video, and I hope to see you for the next one.